Hello, welcome to another video. And in this video, we'll add Quill React based library. So basically, that library allows us to add rich text. I'll just explain you rich text quickly and then we'll see the demo and everything so you'll totally understand that. Basically, if I write anything here, okay, that is pure string only. We cannot add the bold, italics, underlink, hyperlinks, underline hyperlinks, and all those kind of things in this particular text, right? And when I'm creating a challenge, I want things to be like sectioned. There can be a uh, terms and like the problem statement, the solution expectations, the passing criteria. All those things can be different sections, right? So to allow all these things, just a minute. Yeah. So to allow all these things, I'll have to create a rich text editor in which whatever I type, that entire thing gets converted to a HTML based string and we can save that. And whenever we retrieve that, we can show details correctly. Okay, so let's do that. And for that, I'll use Quill React. Let's copy this, paste. Okay, you can directly go to this npm package and start using it. Clear npm run dev. And we have to import these two, so let's do that. Add challenges, okay, and we have this value, but I think we are already using this value, so instead of value I'll use this. By the way, whenever I start using this recording loom software, my mouse starts working really weird. Description, sometimes it works, sometimes it lags, and I know it's not because of power consumption, but no idea why it's happening. And finally, we can use something like this. Great. So what I will do is, let's use it here. Description, set description. Great. So let's run this. And we can see this editor. Okay, let me get rid of this. We can see this editor, checking, editor, bold, italic, underline, link. Let's make it heading. You can use this or you can use shortcuts which you are aware of, Control I, Control U or Command U, and let's add Command K link, HTTPS. Okay, and maybe let's select them. So basically you can now control it in a very good way. What I want is I want to add image also. So I want an option of image editing also. So for that I'll use React Quill custom editor toolbar. And you can go to this Medium article, or you can go to this quill.js. In this, they have explained how you can implement this and everything in detail. Basically, you can go through this toolbar options and customize everything. In my case, I'm doing it in a simple way. Let me pause. Okay, so let me go through this code. Custom toolbar. Let's go to components, custom toolbar dot .jsx, not JS. Okay, and let's copy this entire thing. They have something called as custom JS at bottom also. I will have to see what that is. Oh, okay. This is they're using the editor. That's all it is. So maybe but I will be using editor at only one place, so I won't create this is a separate component they have created. I'll be using this React Quill only at one place, so I won't create a separate editor. I don't think I will need that. And in future, if you need that, then we'll optimize on things. So what I will do is I'll keep the previous one. At the same time, I will add the new one so that we can see the differences actually. Value should be description. Actually, this should be handle, description, change, copy, paste. We'll have to see what these modules are and everything, but let's implement this first. add description, handle description, change CHAN. Great. Now we have to import these things. So for that, they have used it like this. Okay, there's something called instance of CSS. We will have to see that. This I'll have to import it correctly because it's in components slash editor toolbar. Great. And we have already done this. Let's refresh. Styles. Okay, we don't have styles.css and they haven't implemented it in this. So what we'll do is we won't import it. Okay, now you can clearly see the differences, how many options this editor has and how many options this earlier React Quill had. So what we'll do is we'll get rid of this first one and we'll see all the options. So there are fonts. I don't want custom fonts. I'll be using one single type of font. So let's get rid of that first. And I don't want these sizes also. I'll use heading, subheading, and normal. That's fine for me. And if I'll need something else in future, I'll use H1, H2 till H6 and paragraph in this normal category, in this drop down only. I won't use sizes separately. Yeah, I don't see advantage of that anymore. So let's copy these selections, get rid of them. I'll use this, get rid of these fonts also, these sizes also. Great. And I think we can add image now. Yes, image addition of image, then adding text, everything is possible now. Okay, but let me explain you why you should not add it. You will be adding images like this only, but what happens is that as soon as we add this image here, it gets converted to base 64 or some form of string. Okay, and when we save it to our database, it gets saved as an entire string. The text, the image, and everything in that is one single string that gets saved. Okay, now the disadvantage of that is you are converting a file, which is a image or a video, to a string and then refetching that and converting that back to image. It requires it takes power consumption. At the same time, for bigger file sizes, it is not the best solution. The better solution would be as soon as someone clicks on this, we show the image picker and everything, and we import that to our server CDN or somewhere, and from there we fetch the URL that we get for that image or the file and use that URL in this to show the image again. So basically for user it will be the same experience, but it will be much more optimized code. It will give you better results in terms of performance. Okay, but I have already mentioned this, that this is a feature that will be limited to me only. Even if someone tries to access this, they might be able to access this in front end, but on back end, they won't be able to add any data. And therefore, it's fine for me because I know the limitations of this software, and that's why I won't create a separate server to add the images. I'll just use this only and convert images to string. I know that I won't be adding videos also. For video, if I will be adding, I'll be creating a YouTube video and link. I'll use that link here. So I know my software. At the same time, I know what type of content I'll be adding, and based on those limitations, I know I don't have to create this separate uploading of image or a file thing. Okay, so we have done the basic changes. What one change I want to make is that I want to increase the height of this. So let's go to inspect. This is the editor, right? So I'll copy, no, I think this. Let's copy this QL editor. Go to our index.css. Let's try to override that. At that, apply height of 96 important. Basically, using this same technique, you can override any of these things. So yeah, we can see that it is working. 96 is good, right? 96 is good for me. Obviously, it will keep on increasing if we add content. Or will it scroll? Let me check. It's copy paste is working a bit slow, maybe because of this recording thing. Actually, it's not working slow. Yeah. Okay, so it's a scrolling thing. Great, looks better. So we have this 96 height. In this particular editor, we can add code also. It will look really great. Hello. So basically, using this editor, you can create an entire blogging website if you want to. Okay, great. And using the step that I've shown, although it is a very small step, but what you can do is you can go to any particular item, inspect, and you'll get the class of that. And based on that class, you can basically override that in your index.css, or you can create a separate file and override that also. Either way, it's fine. Okay, so I have the basic content that I needed. I have the Quill editor. Maybe I can show errors. Let me think. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's go to index.css and change it to 80. A bit more, maybe 72. Yeah. So now what I'll do is, if there is any error, I'll show it here. I could have created separate text for each and every input and shown error below that, but that would be too much work in terms of UI focused, and I don't want to do too much UI focused work. So I'll add some error here. Do we have an error text or something? Have I created it? No. Do we have error? Yes, we do have error here. So what I'll do is I'll copy this. I'm just thinking maybe I should create a separate error related element. Let me check the video length. So I do have time to add these things, but I'm just thinking. Okay, let's do this. Let's do it the way we have been doing it. This, this, and finally this. Let's add all of these. Go to our authentication, copy this initial state of errors. Instead of email, let's use title. Sorry, copy, or maybe let's keep it right now and copy this, paste it here. Handle, inside handle, we'll go this and copy this entire thing because we know we will have to use it again and again. Validate email, we don't have to do that. We don't have to do that. Yeah, we just have to check whether title dot length is equals to 0. Okay, and similarly for description also. Okay, and for date also we can do that, but we'll see date related thing. Now let's replace all those things. Instead of email, we'll use title. Okay, and instead of password, we'll use description. This CRIPTION. This we should have created a separate error element, but right now I'm doing it a bit quickly. So yeah, I'll create a separate optimization video maybe. Date. Now let's see here. Title is correct. Here it should be description, and we should show description error. Here should be date, and we should show date error. The default value of this is null. So what we can do is, if value dot start date equal to null, or value dot end date equal to null. If either of these is null, Then I will show this error. Invalid title. Okay, please enter title. Please enter description. Please select start and end date. But instead of description, we have to edit for date. Great. So we have all these errors, and after that, we have to do what do we have to do here? API call. Now let's refresh, and we can see these errors, but we have to fix some gap issue. I know why this gap issue is there. We'll have to convert all of these into div, or we can give negative heading, negative margin. I don't want to give negative margin. I'll just convert them into divs. So let's cut this, paste it here. This is also correct. And finally for date picker. There is no one way of fixing UI related things. There are actually not just UI, even in backend and everything. There are multiple ways. So yeah, you can try out whatever you want to. API related, I'll add below button. So for that also, I'll add a div and I'll have to add the error, API error here. Instead of this, I'll use API. Great. So again, start and we can see this error. Great. I think it looks great. What is this? Oh, I don't think it should work. Oh, it is working. That's great. Really awesome. Great. And these are functions and all those kind of things. I think I'll remove this later on. I don't need this for this particular project. Anything else should I focus on? Okay, I think that's it for this video. Okay, this is creating some problem. Why is that? Handle description change. Where do we need that? Handle description change. Why is it not working? Let me quickly check that. Console.log description. Let's go to inspect console. Refresh and see what all errors we are getting. Remove this. Okay, there is some warning related to this React Quill only that we cannot control right now. Okay, value undefined, value. Okay, I got the problem. We have to use description, right? Description, handle description change. Description. Where is value getting used? Description is set here. Description is set here. Value dot start. Okay, set description. Okay, set description is correct. Okay, I think I'll have to use e dot value. Let me try this. I think I remember it from. Okay, it is still undefined. React Quill. Maybe directly E. Let's see what does E gives us. Okay, it is giving us text and everything. E is giving us text. So we just have to use E. That's kind of not what I was expecting, but still. This should not give us any error now. refresh. This is the warning that we are getting from React Quill. Let's get rid of this, and now we can see everything is working great. We have the state picker which is working, and add challenge, and we can see there are no errors. That means all of these are passing. And now we just have to focus on what is it? Making the API call, which we'll do in next video. It's completely fine. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it, and learn about this React Quill thing, because at some point I think if you can create a blogging website, maybe I will add a challenge for that. I'm not fully sure yet. But if you can create a blogging website on your own, it would be really great. Okay, that's it. Thank you. Bye bye.